Good morning from Scotty Ray Candace. Today is Thursday, February the 25th.
It is.
Got my days right there.
Yes.
Now, as we mentioned, we put in a new camera, and this is the new enhanced wrinkle showing camera that we have.
Yes. It shows every little hair, everything.
And I'm not sure I got the angle just right. We're working on that behind the scenes. And I've got new TV camera lights ordered to give what they called, anyway, where it make you look better.
Like like a soft light or something.
Yeah, because all I got is just regular lights in here at this point. But we do have the camera of the stuff ordered, so it'll get better is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Until then, you got to see ugly. It's just no other way to say it.
I kind of look pasty.
Pasty? So you look a
a
little bit
white.
Yeah, you can't.
Ooh, I need a tan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about myself too. But I think the lighting issue will fix that later.
This is to me, it's a better camera.
Oh, it's a lot better.
It's a really better camera. So.
It cost a few more dollars than the other one, but we needed more cameras in here, and we're going to add a third camera also. We've got all kinds of little goodies coming, but they're not here yet. As we gradually grow a little bit.
Up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. There is a possibility of some thunderstorms tonight. I mentioned that earlier this morning. And let's turn this on and go back over that. If you're just tuning in for the first time and aren't aware of what I said earlier this morning. All right, let's go and take a look at this. Let's pull this up. This is where the severe weather is forecasted tonight. Now, on down past Meridian, there's a slight chance of storms. But as you move in here up in Kemper County, the biggest risk, and again, let's put these locations where you can see, it's going to be just to the northwest as we zoom in here. You've got Cypress Mills, and Linville, and also Preston's going to be involved in this. And just above Tucker and Neshoba County Fairgrounds and this should be from 9 o'clock until about 4 a.m., somewhere in there. That this darker green is your area that could receive more dangerous, I don't want to say dangerous, but more thunderstorm activity potential for that. All of Winston County, y'all seem to get it all here lately.
I know, they do. They have weather-wise bad luck, don't they?
And we got 72 degrees today, another warm, perfect day. But this weekend, 80 degrees in February.
Gosh. Oh, my goodness. That is just so unheard of. I mean, it doesn't really ever get like that, does it?
It normally means bad weather coming. We've got rain in the forecast, but at this point, nothing forecasted that says it could be dangerous weather. But as we move into March, with all of that, it always brings tornadic activity. Just be on your tippy toes, and I'll get you the very latest when it comes to that.
It feels like spring today. And
it does.
It's been feeling like spring every day with all this warmer weather. You know?
Makes you want to do things outside. Yeah, we'll tell you about what the co-op's got this morning, where you can go down and get all fixed up for that. Spring is here.
Yes.
So what do you got going today?
I just got to go to work.
Just
I
leopard?
Got a dentist.
Is this what you call this?
Yes, this is my animal print.
There you go.
But I got to take my, my two boys have dentist appointments this afternoon, so we'll be doing that. And
fun stuff.
Yeah. So that's about it. I mean, work and running some errands and stuff like that. I'm just about worn out there. I got in the bed about 2 o'clock this morning.
Oh, whoa. How do you get in the bed at 2 o'clock?
Well, okay, my son, my little one, he has to dress up like a storybook character Friday.
Okay.
Of his choice, you know. So we picked the Ratatouille book, you know, that's the chef.
The little rat?
Well, it's the chef in Paris, you know, and he's got a little rat that cooks with him and stuff like that. Well, okay, I bought the chef outfit the other day, or I come up with it, you know, and then I had to make the rat.
What did you make it out of?
Felt, and stuffed it, and I cut out the pieces and stitched them together and hot glued stuff, and I was up till 2 o'clock this morning, but we have a rat now.
Bless you.
Yeah. I couldn't find one in any store.
What are you going to do when it comes to science projects?
Look, my science fair projects were, in depth, so I can handle science fair. You know, I can do that, but...
Let's just say I never entered a science fair project, ever.
Well, I don't think they're as common now as what they were when we were back in school. Because we were like a major science fair project school. I mean, we always...
I remember the active volcanoes, people bringing stuff like that to school. And of course, I was not qualified to handle anything like that.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out.
At the school I went to, which was West Lauderdale, I mean, they were very active in science fair and stuff like that. But I don't know how much they do that now. But if they do, I'm ready, I guess.
Ooh,
that's a ways off anyway. He's still he's just in kindergarten. But Yeah, it really, the outfit without the rat would not have been complete. So I
He's
had
got
to
to sit on the shoulder, right?
that or in his pocket of his apron or something. We'll figure out something, but yeah.
Well, good luck with that. Let's see. In some news this morning, this might grab your attention. As spring comes, everybody cleans up around the house and they want to haul off their junk. The Lauderdale County Road and Bridge put this out this morning. It's different hours of where you can go dump your stuff. As we pull this up, and this is going to be effective March 1st, so this will be Monday. And all of these places, of course, Toomsuba, Center Hill, Martin Road, Lakeland Drive, Jeff Davis School, Windmill Drive, new hours, they'll be closing at 3:30 during the week, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday 9 to 5. And I think it goes to 5 now on Saturdays. Closed on Sundays, but that 3:30, they're just probably eating away if you work to get it there.
How do people do that? Like,
I don't know.
It's just going to be hard. I mean, in the morning, you're rushing trying to get somewhere. You can't really.
Yeah, so it tells me Saturday is going to be the big day that people hauls off their stuff. That's gonna really. I think it stayed open until 5. Don't hold me to it up until now. So all that's changing. 24-hour surveillance cameras.
Yes.
So remember that.
It says white goods only. What's considered white goods?
We got that list here now that you brought that up. White goods are items that are considered stoves, dishwashers, refrigerators, freezers, washing machines, dryers, air conditioners, any large household electrical goods, homeowner renovations. And we all know that there's, whether it's against the law or whatever it is, there's people there. By the time you back your truck up, there's 6 people trying to get the metal out of the back of your truck. Yeah. And we all know that.
Yes.
That's just going to happen.
Yeah. So can you not take,
I did not know that was called white goods. I saw that and I scratched my head for a moment until I read it.
Yeah. I've never heard of that. Those things. So no tires, no hazardous waste, no batteries, contractors with commercial debris, no waste from businesses. So I guess just household garbage is, you don't take that, right?
Right. That's for bigger items.
Okay.
It's I got all kinds of junk in the yard. Got to go.
So TVs, I guess you could take that.
That'd be a household item.
Yeah.
And chunk it up in there.
I've seen mattresses thrown over in there and furniture,
I guess that's considered.
I guess. It's not on the list, but I guess it would kind of fall in that category. I don't know.
Drop it and run.
Throw it out.
That's all I tell you. But new hours on that. If you were not aware of that, that just come out this morning. So that'll shake things up for you.
Yeah, it will. I'm sure there'll be somebody monitoring.
Yeah. Temperatures, as I said, going to warm up a little bit later. We had a little bit of a sprinkle right there at daylight, and that all kind of went away. All right, the next thing I wanted to do, let's check in because I hadn't pulled this up. Let me hit a button here and pull this up, and so we can see what's going on with Central Electric and where they are for our Neshoba Countyans. As we look at this, they are now at 900 customers to go. And as you zoom in on this, again, all around the Philadelphia area, they give 2 updates a day now. I'll get them out to you as soon as, it'll be 10 o'clock before they release another one. But 900 people at this point without power scattered across a couple of counties there.
That's still a lot, though.
A ton.
And how many days has it been now? What are we working on?
Is it 10 or 11?
It might be 11 because it seems like a few,
Yeah. If you're out there without power, post that so we can share that because I'm curious just to how many days it has been. Whoa.
I know, and just think, I was thinking yesterday, what if you had water damage to your home? And, a lot of times you can plug something in to dry it up.
A fan
or
something.
Whatnot. You can't even do that. It's just sitting there, And how much damage do you think that's probably doing?
And how many trips can you make to go get gasoline to run that generator? I feel for y'all.
Yes.
Y'all have been through it. And, the best I can tell, they're working hard to get the power on. We do know that they have other people assisting them now. We just don't know the details of it. But with updates, I'll post that.
Yes.
Let's see. Good morning to Miss Ann Cook. She hopes everybody has a blessed day.
We hope you have a blessed day too, Miss Ann.
She's a sweetheart.
I know. Miss Joyce Snowden Godwin, good morning to you.
Let's see.
And my daughter, Madison Mackenzie Alexander, she says good morning.
Is she supposed to be at work or anything?
She's at work. Okay. She is at work. She's in Philadelphia.
Good luck.
At the eye clinic up there in Philadelphia.
Tylertown, Mississippi is watching. Kathy Bracey, good morning to y'all there in Tylertown. Hope everything's good there.
Yes.
Sylvia Stewart says, good morning. Y'all look good. She says, boy, she can sure tell a fib there.
Everything's magnified this
But
morning.
we appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. And Madison says, should have gotten a mouse in the pet section from the cat store. Look, Alden said that. He says, why don't we just go to the pet store and get a fake mouse? And I was like, but it won't look like the one in the movie. It had to favor the one in the movie.
Miss Perfection is what we're talking about over here. You just can't handle it, can you?
If you're going to do it right.
There you go. Let's see here. Good morning. Y'all look good from Miss Sylvia Stewart. Thank you. Linda Jane, y'all show looking good. Look at her. Let's see. And also, let's see. We got Tiffany Crawford Allen. Happy Friday Eve, Candace and Scotty Ray. Same to you, yes. Tiffany. Hope everything's good for you today.
I'm ready for Friday, Tiffany. I don't know about you, but I am ready.
I was trying to think what was coming up on Friday. I thought there was something special, but I'm brain dead at the moment of what it would be.
Nobody's birthday.
Yeah,
no
nothing.
Anniversaries.
No, I ain't got any of those. Everybody's either February or June around here.
Okay.
Something like that. Also, Patricia Boswell, good morning to you as well. Mm-hmm. All right, as we begin another day, Thursday, we'll watch the weather, as I said. A couple of things. Philadelphia, let's talk about this. This hadn't been brought up a whole lot. The Neshoba Democrat this morning is, I didn't realize this, I went to Eric Clark, the sheriff's page, and looked at it, and sure enough, there was a shootout, and I'll call it a shootout because shots were fired in Neshoba County. Someone stole a car. Mm-hmm. The guy that his car was stolen calls the sheriff's department and says, hey, it tells who the guy is down here. And he tells them his name has just stolen my car. So the police are in Philadelphia. They see the car go by. They flip the lights on. He shoots up in the air a couple of times. And
the driver of the car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the guy had told him he thought the guy had a stolen gun on him. They got him without incident in the end. But that was a little chase that went on there throughout Neshoba County there with guns drawn.
Goodness.
Wow.
I'm glad nobody was hurt, but, you know.
Always something going on in Philadelphia to brighten your day up there. But the sheriff's department done an excellent job because not everybody would have handled it that way. You know, somebody's got a gun. Mm-hmm. A lot of times it's handled differently once they get them stopped.
Yes.
And I think this was his third car theft of this gentleman within a year.
Goodness. I mean,
so doesn't that mean automatic a little extra time somewhere?
I mean, I would imagine it needs to if it doesn't. Of course, nowadays, they might just tap on the hand and.
Yeah, we got some stories of that this morning, of some taps on some hands of what's going on. How many Stevie Wonder fans do we have?
I used to listen to him all the time when I was younger.
I hate to break this to you, but he's leaving the United States. Gone. He's moving to West Africa, he says. That's his. He's telling Oprah that he's going permanently to. Is that Ghana? Is that how you say that?
I think so.
He went there, visited, said he loves it. Said he's going to move there. So more power to you there, Stevie. There was a lot of other celebrities, and I don't think he made those comments that they'd leave. But
yeah, well, hey, I mean, they were all going to leave when Trump was going to be. If Trump was reelected, now I guess they're thinking, well, we didn't pick.
Well, they didn't leave the first time either, and they all promised us.
Mm-hmm, I know.
But he is moving. That's different.
Yeah, it is.
Now, always there's no other way to word this other than there's just weird people in this world. And if you ever get a funny feeling about somebody, pay attention to what those little voices inside your head are telling you.
Pay attention to who your neighbors are.
Yeah, look at this. This is...
And, if they kind of seem odd, just keep an eye out.
This guy here kills his neighbor, cuts her heart out, cooks it with potatoes, and feeds it to his family.
Yes.
Then he kills his uncle and, I believe, a 4-year-old little girl there. This is the guy that did it. This is who he killed, his neighbor, and then he killed these also. Just, what is the world coming to?
People are, just insane.
And he stabbed those two to death. Now, of course, there's got to be some mental problems involved with that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know what the state of Mississippi does if you've got somebody that doesn't have insurance and they seem a little disturbed, they're doing weird things. I'm not sure anything can really be done.
It's just, I don't know. It's scary that there's people like that. I mean, and I wonder how long he was living next to her.
Yeah. So that's a good question. Was he normal and all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's just.
So just pay attention again. Your voices, that little inner voice is somebody telling you, watch out, something's not too suspicious. Now, other news this morning, this is, we don't know what to make of it yet, but this is a headline that is broke this morning of the bodies of a mom and her 11-year-old son are found in New Jersey in a pond. Another child of hers was sitting on the bank, and it had footprints where the mother and the other child walked out into the water. And they don't know whether it's suicide, if they picked up something and fell in. They don't know at this point. But the foot tracks in the snow led to the edge, and they're both dead at this point.
Goodness.
I'm trying to find some stuff that brightens your day, but we're not there yet. We still got some more weirdos to talk about.
This one really looks like a weirdo, this next one.
If you have a neighbor and you just hate, well, let's just show the picture here. This guy here. This man was arrested after his mobile home caught on fire. The cops come up and they find a body inside it, and she'd been dead for weeks. She was a homeless woman. He worked at a cemetery as a caretaker.
Yeah.
He said he took in the woman. He found her up against a tree and let her stay at his place, and she'd stayed on and off for a couple of years. And he said, well, she died, and I went on about my business.
Her.
They're investigating. They're doing autopsies.
She just died.
And he just left her in the bedroom.
That is sick. People are crazy.
Sick. From looking at they say don't judge a book by the cover. But sometimes I question that.
Yeah, I don't know. If I ran into this dude right here, I'd kind of probably instantly turn and go the other direction.
Well, you said it a minute ago, it has a Manson look.
He looks like Charles Manson, yeah.
And that's kind of spooky to me.
Yeah, it is scary. He might be a relative of Charles Manson.
So, again, we go back to your voices there in your head.
Right.
I talk to myself all the time. I don't know about y'all.
Well, I don't see how you live with a dead body. I mean, I can, drive by on the road dead and just be, how do you do that? That's awful.
The stench has got to be horrific. So, that's some breaking news this morning as things go on. Let's see here. Well, we've got some more news stories that are occurring and happening. Let's see who had a birthday on this day that was famous. Ralph Stanley. Do y'all remember him? Big bluegrass man. He was in the movie... Oh,
Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah. Also, he was in one of Daryl Singletary's songs, the one, She Sure Looked Good in Black. He helped open up the song and done a little Amazing Grace in it. Great guy. But he passed away in 2016. Let's see here. Farron Young. This was just one of those sad stories. Farron Young, who was big during the 50s and 60s, born in 32 on this date, died in 1996. He committed suicide. He couldn't deal with the fact that country music left him behind, and he committed suicide.
Goodness.
Just sad.
It left him behind.
As in his music was no longer played, and he didn't know how to adapt to the new style of country and committed suicide over it.
Well, he really wouldn't know what to do.
No, he would really be lost today. What did he say? Fly like a butterfly.
Sting like a bee.
Yep. Nobody's better than Muhammad Ali. In '64, he won his first world title. He was a great boxer, and of course, he became Muslim, if I remember right. He was Cassius Clay is how you pronounce that, and then he changed his name after he became a Muslim. This was one of my favorite songs of all times. As you cross genres of music, is that how you say the word genre? How do you say it?
Genres.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Bob Seger?
Yeah.
He won a Grammy on this day for Against the Wind back in 1981.
I like that song. I remember that song.
Yeah, boy, he had a string of just great songs.
Running Against the Wind.
Yeah. Someday, Lady, You'll Accompany Me. Those were great songs.
He had that good kind of on the verge of raspy kind of voice, when he was singing.
So what is your favorite Bob Seger song? Night Moves? Working on a night move?
I like the Against the Wind.
That'd be one of your favorites.
Yeah, I like that one. But I like them all. I don't know. I've always liked anything he sung that I heard.
Trying to make some front page teenage drive-in news. That was one of those lines. Anyway, I really liked Bob. Turn the Page. That was another one of his. Tennessee Williams died on this date. He was 71 years old. He was born in Columbus, Mississippi, and then passed away in 1983. Big guy. playwright, of course. Streetcar Named Desire, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. If you're into plays and things, you know who he is.
Did you ever see that movie, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof?
No. I've
It
seen
had a-
bits
didn't
and
have a-
pieces, but never watched it.
Okay. It had if I'm not mistaken, it had Elizabeth Taylor in it, and what was the other guy?
Fred Astaire, maybe?
No, what is his name? I'll think of it in a minute. But good-looking guy back in his day. I can't think of his name.
For a minute, you
I'll
were
think
going to
of it in
refer to
a
me,
minute.
but anyway, Tennessee Williams. Right over you there, wasn't it?
No, I mean, I remember we had to, in English, we had to read, different things.
Yeah. I was not a real, big into plays. I know there's a lot of people that love plays and were in them in college, Hello Dolly and all that.
I've been in one play at the Meridian Little Theater.
What part did you play?
Look, when I tell you the title, it sounds like bad.
Best Little
it was
Whorehouse?
called, No, it was called Love, Sex, and the IRS.
Yeah.
But it was not anything about like sex. It was
Sure.
about this like female male that's what it was about. It was about this guy who had a roommate that was a guy, and he was trying to do something like cheat on his taxes somehow, and so he dressed up like a woman, and I was his girlfriend in the play, and I walk in and he's dressed up like a woman, and I'm freaking out. But he was dressed up like a woman so they could act like a couple so they could get by with him not paying so much on taxes or something.
Oh, that's just everyday America now.
Well, yeah, it would fit right in.
It's reality.
But I was the girlfriend of the guy and actually Jeremy Sandy was my boy. He was the one that played my boyfriend in the play, and he's like a big star now.
Really?
Yeah, he's been on I think CSI and different shows.
And he's from Meridian?
Yeah, he's from Meridian, and his name's Jeremy Sandy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he was in the play with us, and Sidney Covington was in the play. It was fun. Jack Hall, the chiropractor, he was in the play, but it was fun.
Now, I'll say this. It
I'm
takes
not real good at it.
dedication of anybody that does it. Is this practice after practice?
Well, I always thought that you'd have a microphone or something like that. No. I felt like I was yelling most of the time, and I feel like I'm a loud talker, but I was having to yell to make
So
my
they don't
voice
have drop
go there.
mics in there?
Well, at the time, it just didn't seem like we did. I don't think we did, and so anyway, but it was fun. It was a different thing for me. But I was just sitting there one morning putting my makeup on, and I heard on the radio that they were having auditions, and I'm like, that night, and I was like, I'm going to do that. So I just went and did it and got the part, and
Well, good.
it was fun, though.
I've never done that. Britt's played in several plays. He, of course, played Jimmy Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
They done one on that, and Britt done a fantastic job with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've ever done one on Hank. I think
No.
Britt could almost play that part also.
They did one with, because, I love Patsy Cline, and
Yeah.
I love to sing Patsy Cline stuff. So they did one, with her.
Angela
or
White
about
played
her.
that,
Yeah,
didn't she?
she did, and did a great job. She did a great job. I went and saw that, but I always wish that I could have done something like that to sing,
Yeah.
But anyway, but it was fun.
There's
It was
always
different.
tomorrow.
It's a lot. It's time consuming. Though.
It is.
I didn't. It's a lot of time put in it. I mean, you don't realize how much time they do put in. I mean, you're out there sometimes till 10 o'clock at night.
Weeks upon
practicing.
weeks, and then when it hits, woo!
And some people are great at just, memorizing their parts and stuff. I didn't have big parts. Like mine
But-
were not long, drawn out, things. My shirt keeps getting hung on this chair, but
It's our Elvis shirt.
but anyway, it was different, and it was a good
I would,
learning experience.
Yeah, I would have trouble. I'd ad lib a lot.
Oh, there was times where I was like, what do I say? But I will say Sidney Covington is really good about kind of moving
Prompting
on through, if you get stuck. She's like, she knows what to say. And
Yeah.
she's been doing it for years. So,
84, Van Halen was #1 with Jump. Not my particular type of music, but I do remember the song. That was
I
#1
remember
on
the
this day.
video on MTV.
Jump.
Yeah.
It was 2004 that The Passion of Christ opened in theaters, and it was really a shock to a lot of people, what they call brutality in it. But in reality, the movie was nothing compared to what Jesus really went through.
Right.
And I have to say, Mel Gibson really done his homework, and it showed how painful that had to have been. So if you've never watched that, worth going back and watching. But it doesn't seem that it's been that many years ago.
I know. I just can't. Time's just flying.
It does. So keep that in mind. But a great show, and Mel Gibson has done a lot of great films through the years.
He is a great actor.
Yeah.
We watched Braveheart the other night. You know, I mean, he's a great actor. I mean, you kind of think he ain't just right.
Sometimes.
You know, sometimes you're like, he ain't just right.
But he done it was William Wallace in that, who he portrayed in Braveheart? Isn't that the character?
I can't remember what his name. I mean, but he plays the parts that
he does.
Like, what was the one with Danny Glover that he always did?
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I watched that the other night. It must have been a Mel Gibson weekend or something.
Payback. You ever watch that?
I'm sure I have. I've seen Bird on a Wire.
That was good with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah. But the Danny Glover thing the other night, it was when Danny Glover got stuck on the toilet with the bomb.
That was funny. That may have been the very first one. I don't remember, but a great movie.
It is, yeah.
Let's talk about Joe and the friendly staff at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Folks, if you need groceries, and they got plenty of them, they're stocked up and ready to go today. Some of the great specials that you can take part of is strawberries. If you've got that hankering to take those and dip them in strawberry and chocolate, well, you can do so. Make your own holiday there.
Yeah.
As we've got ripe tomatoes, they're fresh, $1.59 a pound, along with those navel oranges, $3.99 for the 4-pound bag. Very tasty there. Celery sticks, if you're into that, the fitness
Scotty
and
Ray's
crunchy.
favorite.
Ooh, yeah, $1.99. You see me chomping on them all the time. Along with onions, all your colors there, white, yellow, or sweet. You can get those for 89 cents a pound. Yeah. And your chicken noodle or your cream of mushroom, $2 for $3 there. Not bad at all. Saltine crackers, $1 a box, that Piggly Wiggly brand there. And Dixie Crystal sugar, $2.29 for the 4-pound bag. Some of the examples there, along with macaroni and cheese, $2 for $3. That's handy to have.
It is.
Chips Ahoy, if you've got the sweet tooth, our kids up in the house. Some of those $2 for $5.
Those don't last around my house.
No, they go quick, don't they?
My older son gets into them for a midnight snack. And there's nothing left but crumbs the next morning.
Gone. And of course, when you come to grilling, there's a lot of folks going to be hitting the grills this weekend around the house. T-bone steaks, $5.99 a pound. You can also take advantage of baby back ribs, $3.99 a pound. Let's see here. We got the whole fryers at 69 cents a pound. And Brian Wieners, $1.79 for those. You can get the Coca-Cola products and drinking water, $3 for $10. Some of the bargains that you take advantage of this week at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. See Joe, he'll get those to you and save you some money and a nice, friendly place to go to.
Yes, I was just in there the other day.
I had to go get a bunch of water.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm stocked up on water now. I got it going on. I got plenty.
That's good. Yeah, I got a couple. I was trying to, I guess the jugs of water sold out super quick when they got them in at Walmart and when I was in there the other day. But I went, I think I got water the other day. I was looking for milk. That was still a hassle. But anyway.
All right. As we head back to news this morning, we show that a Mississippi man gets 50 years for child porn. They raided his home. He's 48 years old, Edward Lee Thomas. He will serve 50 years in prison for his crimes and pay a $25,000 fine. They're bad out there is all I can say.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is where we get into this AOC stuff. Homeland Security. She wants to do away with ICE and Homeland Security abolished. That's not a good thing. We all know that. We'll watch what happens in the news. But we've got a different type of people in Congress nowadays.
She used to be a bartender, right?
I don't know much about her.
I think she was before this.
That sounds right.
Before this, yeah.
And she done some video in high school on top of a building. That's all I know.
Yeah. Well, we got people like that saying we don't. I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a bartender. I'm just saying I don't think that she needs to be making decisions about getting rid of law enforcement and stuff in our country because we need that. That's just, I don't know. That's crazy.
Now, Mike Pence has been paying the piper. Trump jumped on him, but it seems as though Mike Pence is trying to mend fences and keep in touch with him. He says in a release yesterday that they have spoken twice since he left the White House. Didn't say what they talked about, but no fighting at least. He's trying to mend bridges. Now, do you honestly think Pence would be his running mate in 24?
No, I don't think so.
I think that day has passed. I would almost guess that a Nikki Haley or maybe a woman might be this time. I don't know
You
if a
think?
woman could handle it.
I don't know. I think the
He's so
Florida
blunt.
governor would be a good one.
Ron DeSantis.
And
What
then somebody said the other day he'd be a good vice president to go on into the president's spot one.
Well,
after
and, you know,
Trump.
the perfect setup would be Ivanka
Yeah.
or Don Jr. as vice president, but they want to have somebody with political backgrounds already. I get that.
The DeSantis guy, I mean, I think he does a good job down
Yeah,
there in
he
Florida.
does.
I mean, he stands firm on what he says, and they get things done, and you know, I think he'd be a good,
Yeah.
candidate for it. So.
In other news, a federal judge, and you know all the judges that Trump kept saying he put in, blocked this week to where Joe was going to pause the deportations out of the United States of illegals, and the federal judge says, no, you can't do that. They've got to resume the way they were. He's a federal judge appointed by Trump. So a little bit of good news in the silver lining as things try to be changed.
Yeah.
No guarantee that it will stay. Cuomo, is that how you say his name?
Cuomo.
Boy,
Cuomo.
Cuomo. All right. The governor of New York. I always say it wrong. But it's getting deeper and deeper as the aide now says that he tried to get her to partake in strip poker. Now, they did not do that, but he tried to get her to play along, and she goes that he's touched her leg and other places.
Says he kissed her
Yeah.
without permission.
So now they're calling others for an investigation into this. This is after the man hit all the numbers from the dead in the state to make his numbers look better.
I mean, yeah. I think he's a snake in the grass.
It's sure looking that way.
Yeah.
Now, the media has not turned on him. We'll say that. We all know.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they would have to gain by just putting it out there, the truth. I mean, and,
But he's a Democrat, and you can't go against your own.
well,
That's the way the media works. As we now if that was somebody else in a different party, they'd be on them like,
right.
as we all know. Do you have anything in polyester? Do you wear polyester?
No, I don't.
Some people still do, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't
Is it a
see
bad
much.
fashion statement?
I don't guess it would be a bad fashion statement, but I don't see a lot of people wearing polyester.
You should know.
You know.
You're my fashion
I
diva.
don't.
But they say COVID will last up to 3 days on polyester. Now, on regular clothes, it only lasts 6 hours. So if you're hung in the past from the 70s and you wear this, it's going to be with you 3
Yeah.
days.
I guess there's some people that might wear some polyester pants or something,
Now, as a
dress
kid
pants
during
or
the
something.
70s, that was big time.
Oh yeah. I don't even think it would wrinkle, would it?
No, it'd stand up on its own, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you could probably wad it up and just pop back in place.
So that's news there. Berkeley, California, they're trying to where they're defunding police to where they're just going to phase out traffic stops. If you're speeding, so what?
Yeah.
That's not really that important. If you don't give your signal, they don't stop you. They're going to eliminate this. Low-level violations is how they put it. They're cutting the $72 million in half down to $36 million. And we all know that can't be good. It cannot be good.
Yeah.
That's really all I know about it, but it can't be good. Now, back to some more weird, strange people in the United States. Watch who you date, along with your weird neighbors.
Yeah.
This guy, his girlfriend, she went on a trip to, Cancun or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cancun with her best friend. Well, she didn't answer the phone, talk to it. She gets home, he kills her and her girlfriend because she didn't answer the phone. He's been arrested.
Yeah.
He'll spend a little
I
time in
would-
the pokey.
I would stand to say that I think he was probably not a great boyfriend before.
And if you're in a relationship where somebody
possessive and-
calls you every 10 minutes wanting to know where you are,
Yeah.
might want to rethink that.
Yeah. He was probably I would think, a possessive, probably maybe not so
After about a
nice.
week, Angie would notice that I maybe wasn't here and might call me then.
Yeah. Might be a reason why she was in Cancun without him.
Yeah.
On Valentine's.
Yeah, very, very much.
Yeah.
So how much did Black Lives Matter rake in last year? This is a huge figure here as we look at this. $90 million in donations. Now, most of the money, from what they understand, has gone to that one chapter that has raised it. Whether it's going to be dispersed nationwide, we don't know. But $90 million. Whoa, a lot of money.
But I wonder who was feeding that into him.
Well, it's all these major companies.
Yeah.
Have, there's a list out there. I don't have it in front of me, but it is. You'd be shocked who all gave to all that. Bet you Al Sharpton's thinking, why didn't I get to be a part of that? He's been an advocate for years of money making, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Mitt admits, that's a tough one to say. Mitt admits Donald would win in 2024, and the rest of them
I think
should
he
remember
would
that.
too. Yeah.
And I don't think there's much doubt, as we brought this up before, that he probably will run.
So I
And he'll be
wonder when
older.
if he is going to run, when he'll kind of announce it or let everybody know.
Well, the speech coming up this weekend at CPAC, the Christian organization, should give some form of a hint.
Yeah.
It's a lot of speculation what he's going to say, but that's coming up this weekend. By 22, he would, because it'll take 2 years to campaign, I would
Yeah.
think. He's not going to lose his base.
Oh no, and I think by then, with all the craziness that's going on and the administration we're dealing with right now, I think people will have had enough.
Yeah.
For sure. So
We'll
think
see what
they'll be
Don
ready
has
for
got to say.
change, because I can't imagine anybody thinking that the path that we're going down right now and the way things are going that direction, that's better than what we had. I
A
mean,
lot of people believe it.
how in the world? I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know.
They do.
Why anybody could think that. That's just crazy.
It's your philosophies, your beliefs of what's right and wrong, and you're entitled to your opinion. But there's a lot of people that agree with him. I think there's more on the Trump side, but we'll see the next election.
That's just.
Now, I don't own one of these yet, but it seems like maybe it's time to take that little step a little bit further and buy something. It's pretty neat, as these doorbells, the new video doorbell.
I have a customer that has one, and they
Well,
always know it when the UPS. Oh, the UPS guy's there.
They're expanding this now to where you can put, like, your dog thing that has a perimeter where if it steps across the line, to where somebody steps across that line, it sends you a text and it goes, hey, somebody's coming in, and it shows where it is on the property on the line.
Well, that'd be good.
So a 3D radar system is what they're calling it.
That's good. That's good for, like, if you're getting, people are trying to rob you,
Yep.
roll your house.
There you go.
Yeah, homecoming week, put it out there.
Yeah. Some of the things
Wake
there.
you up in the middle of the night.
Obama has been doing a podcast, and he done one recently with Bruce Springsteen. And during it, he said that he once punched someone in the nose for a racial slur in the locker room in high school. And I won't repeat the word. It's there written. You can Google the story when he was in Hawaii. But he said that did happen. I've just never pictured Obama as a fighter. Just never done that. I saw him draw the line in the sand several times and then back up from it.
Yeah.
Just I did see that.
Yeah, that does happen, I think.
It does seem that the richer you are, you really don't get into trouble at the end of the day. Now, Harvey Weinstein probably is the exception to that. But most of the time when a celebrity gets in trouble, they get a little tap and off they go. And yet, here's another example of, yes, that did happen again. Slap on the wrist, DUI charges are dropped, and I think he ended up paying $500. Jeep is now revisited and got the commercial running again with him.
I think the way he got out of it was in New Jersey, the legal limit had not been crossed on the alcohol amount. He was like 0.02, and the limit was 0.08.
Okay. So he was a little below.
It was below the limit. So that's how I think he got out of the DUI.
Okay.
I heard that. And then he did plead guilty to consuming alcohol in a closed-in area.
So that's where the little
something.
misdemeanor.
So I guess that's where the fine come in.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's the only way he got off on that. But I'm sure, him being famous, and I'm sure, that had something to do with it too, I would imagine. But
Yeah, Bruce has got some friends in high places. I mean, if Obama comes to be a guest on your podcast, you're pretty doggone big.
Yeah.
That, without a doubt there. Don't forget this weekend, if you're out and about, to drop in and see Tiffany Blue, to where she's got her decor going to be open, the boutique. That'll happen this weekend at the Atrium Mall here in Meridian, and also at the Rustic Couture. Did I say it right?
You did.
Well, that couture name gets me thrown off from time to time. But she's got a little bit of everything there if you're going to be doing some spring decorations in your home.
Right. Or I love this painting above this couch right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, modern paintings. She has original paintings that she's done. She has a lot of farmhouse decor and rustic furniture, lamps, a lot of seasonal stuff for Easter, and these new boho pillows that
Right.
pretty much go with anything. But she has a mixture of modern and farmhouse, and I like that because it gives a real
Yeah.
homey feel. And you can these tea towels that you can hang up in your home anywhere and make a little statement. Yeah, the little bunny rabbit thing for spring. But she has a little bit of everything. Just go in there and check it out for gifts or anything. And it's Tiffany Blue Boutique. And if you go online on Facebook and check in, you'll get 10% off at the register.
Yeah, so check it out. That's Tiffany. She'll take care of you. We've had a great morning. Thank you for joining us. And as always, should tonight turn a little bit bad weather-wise, I'll be back live throughout the evening hours. And again, that's going to be north of Meridian, what is expected. Should thunderstorm activity, thunderstorm warnings and things of that nature, I'll be here and we'll jump on it and we'll go live to tell you where it is in relationship to your home, street by street, right up to it. Anything that we're forgetting?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
think.
as always, we thank you for joining us. Like and share our page so others will know about it. And we'll be back bright and early to end the week tomorrow. And I'll have updates all day today about the weather and what's going on in the Meridian area, Neshoba County as well as we move forward.
We hope y'all have a wonderful day.
We sure do.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by